Welcome amigos. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make shrimp pozole. For those of you that are cleansing, those of you that are practicing Lent, this is going to be a recipe for you, especially if you love shrimp and Mexican food. Okay, mis amores, what we have here is pink shrimp, and look at the size of this shrimp. It's really large, and these are the ones that you want to buy when you want to do some show stopping for your family or your suegra, okay? And then you get to see a lot of these shrimp at more Mexican stores and Asian or international markets, and you're going to find that it has a little razor at the top, and that's what you want to trim off. We're going to continue removing the little razor from the top of the shrimp head, and we're going to remove the shells. For those of you that don't have access to shrimp with the head, you can use your regular shrimp at your grocery store, the one in the frozen aisle, with the shell on. And if you still don't have access to that, you can always enhance the flavor that we're looking for by using some shrimp bouillon. Friends, don't be scared to clean your shrimp. You're gonna find a little bit of stuff here in the back, and you wanna slice it on the inner part as well, and you wanna remove all of the little junk that you see, okay?
It's up to you, but we highly recommend that you clean your shrimp.
Clean your shrimp. It's not gonna be up to you. I'm telling you, bossy mommy, clean your shrimp. Because the last thing I wanna see when I go to your house is get a shrimp and has a doo-doo bag in there, okay? And for your large shrimp, all you wanna do is cut a slit through the top. And this is gonna be the showstopper. The one that you put right on the top hanging so it can look nice and beautiful and enticing. And with this one, for some reason, there is no slit to be made here at the bottom. It's pretty clean. What I'm going to be doing with the shells, I'm going to be using this BPA-free mesh that I used for our seafood boil that seems to be really popular right now. Thank you guys for the support. And we're just going to pour them in here. If you have a different little container, those different little bags where you can put your spices and boil with it, go ahead and use that. Okay? I'm going to tie a little knot. And we are going to be rinsing this little bag before we put it in the pot. And we're also going to be rinsing all of our shrimp. So let's go ahead and do that. So give that a good rinse, just like this. Any excess dirt or little things can get washed out through here. We don't want that in our broth. Want a nice, clean, delicious broth. And we want to do the same thing with our shrimp. Just give that a real quick rinse, be gentle, and make sure that it is cold water that you're rinsing with, okay? And with your fingertips, you kind of want to caress it. Gives it a little exfoliation. We've been asked a lot, do the Mexican clay pots work on an electric stove or a glass top? Let me tell you, we're going to show you exactly what to do, okay? So you're going to use a diffuser, whether you're using an electric or a glass top. The reason we're going to use that is because if you just put this clay pot right on that heat, it's going to get stuck. There's no movement. For example, when you're using gas, there's a lot of movement in there. And with the glass top and the electric stove, you don't get that. So you do need to have a diffuser, which Cloud will link in the description for you. And we're also going to be linking where we purchased this pot, which seems to be that all of you guys sold them out. So
I think they're sold out, and something that the diffuser is going to do is going to help distribute the heat evenly.
Correct. Thank you, Cloud, for your help. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our clay pot, and we're going to bring our water to a boil. The other thing you want to be careful if you're using a glass top is that the clay pots are heavy. So you run a risk of cracking your glass top, and that's a risk that I'm willing to take for you guys. I hope you love me for it.
Well, you're also being very gentle.
Yeah, be very, very gentle. And this won't be cooking for such a long time, so it's not like you're cooking a whole pozole in here with the pork or anything like that. This will be a quick soup for you guys that's going to keep you nice and happy. And honestly, if you're cooking in a clay pot, it just tastes better.
I agree.
To your pot, you want to start off with 16 cups of warm water. You can bring it up to a boil. It's going to take longer, but I like using the kettle. It just gets things done a lot faster. Add your shrimp shells, add 2 garlic bulbs, 1 large onion, and if you have medium onions, go ahead and use 2. Add 1 tablespoon of salt. You're gonna add 15 bay leaves, and I have 15 here. Some of them are broken, some of them are full, so anywhere from 10 to 15 bay leaves is what you'll need for this recipe. So while this comes to a complete boil, we're gonna blend our chiles. To your blender, you want to add your chilies with about a cup or two of water, just enough to get a good smooth blend.
And are those chilies de-seeded?
Yes, I removed the seeds and the stems. Since I'm using a high power blender, I'm going to be careful when I blend. So what you want to do is you want to start slow and then pick up the speed, because I have broken an engine for a Vitamix before by just putting it on blast. So you guys paid a lot for this product, take care of it.
Lessons learned.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the old school ones. I loved it, and I didn't buy another one for a long time, but then I figured out that I was blasting it right from the start. And take it easy. Warm up the engine. And boom, done. I heard you guys were talking about me with your tias and your moms behind my back, amigas.
Oh, please, you've never hit anyone with a spoon or a chancla. Calm down.
No, but my Filipino friends have.
Oh my gosh. Mexican moms and, you know.
Pour your blended sauce. If you're using a low-powered blender, go ahead and strain it right into the broth. I used a large can of hominy, and that's what we're gonna pour right on in. Sorry, friends, I don't have time to do the nixtamalization. If you are seafood lovers and you love that shrimp flavor, go ahead and use the shrimp bouillon. But if you have picky eaters at home and you still want to enjoy your seafood and you don't want anybody complaining, use chicken bouillon for the broth. And that's what I'm going to do today. My kids are like, we don't want the shrimp broth today. So that's exactly what they sound like. I don't want it. And you're gonna need to use about 5 to 6 tablespoons of your bouillon, whatever you chose to go with. And after about 10 to 15 minutes, you wanna come and taste the broth. If you need to adjust with a little bit more flavoring, go ahead and do that. I know that we've all been through a lot and our taste buds have changed, so go ahead and adjust to taste. Continue to cook your pozole for about 20 to 25 minutes or until your hominy is nice and soft. So once your hominy is nice and soft, you want to get about 2 tablespoons of Mexican oregano. If you're not too fond of it, you can use a little bit less, but definitely add a sprinkle. It adds really good flavor. Add that in.
Okay, what do you do with that?
We're going to remove our shrimp baggie and give that a good gentle mix in a circular motion. And now it's time to add all of our shrimp. I have my burner on a high heat. I want this to boil when I add the shrimp so it can get them nice and cooked, soft, gentle, just like Cloud likes them. Place the lid over your pot and continue to cook for another 5 to 8 minutes. And boom, done, amigos. We are ready to serve. This looks so good. I'm so excited to eat this. What I love is that you get a very clean broth. Look at that. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say
Buen provecho, mi amor.
Thank you. I'm gonna be very careful. This is popping hot. I'm using one of our Korean bowls so that this stays nice and hot while we're eating. It's gonna be spectacular. Ooh. Mmm. Oh, that is so good. The shrimp flavor that pulls through is absolutely amazing. And we cook these shrimp to perfection.
I love that you sprinkled some lime in the caldito and a chiltepín.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So good.
That's the best part.
So good. You can have this with some saltine crackers or some tostadas, but the soup is so good and that's what I'm focused on right now.
Do you have any tips for us?
Yes, this is very hot and steamy.
Just like
I
you.
do. Oh, okay, thank you. I do have a few tips for you. If you end up using bay leaves that are really strong, you have the possibility of making your soup bitter. So go with 10 if you can smell it when you open your package. And if it's lacking a little bit of that bay leaf scent, go ahead and toast them for a few minutes, maybe about 30 seconds, not minutes, and use 15 of them. That's gonna help you guys out. Other than that, you guys are good to go. Just make sure to cook your hominy to a soft consistency and boom, done. Now you all need to look away because this is gonna get dangerous for you.
It's Sister Shrimp Pozole time.
It really is. When we eat seafood, we chat, we have a really good time, and we hope you guys enjoy the time spent with us today.
We love
Yeah,
y'all.
I'm getting romantic. It's seafood. Ah! As always, Cloud and I have been thinking about you, and we wish you all the absolute best. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios!